We are the Food Scientist Podcast. I am your host, Amy Zajac. I am here with Brian Pierce.
Well, hello, everyone.
And Danny Sussman.
What up, dogs?
And we're still in a good mood. I think
We're always in a good mood.
Yeah, we eat so much sugar before this, it's hard not to.
Who gets cranky?
Well, some people get hangry.
And sometimes by the end of the episodes, some people crash.
Have sugar crashes and aren't so happy. Follow us on social media. You know how to find us. We're kind of everywhere, so just please follow us. You can call us at 402-YUM-FOOD. This week, we've got some food news. We're continuing on with the new Oreos,
Yay.
Which are a couple weeks old now, but you know what we mean. We have some new dessert toppings and some potato chips from the Philippines. We'll just leave it at that. So, right off the top, who's got food news?
Ooh, I have something. Now,
Mine is news and a grievance. Do you want to...
Oh, well, I mean, I'll do mine first, and we can spend some more time talking about your grievance.
Yeah.
You can get that off your chest.
Oh.
But this time of year, there are so many Valentine's snacks. It's just a heart shape. It's come on. That's not worth your time. But Hershey Kisses have come out with a new flavor that I think we might have to look into, see if we can find. They are making lava cake kisses.
You know what's funny?
Ooh.
I had those in my shopping cart
What?
just the other day.
And you took them out?
I took them out.
But why would you do that?
Because I was like,
Well, no, full disclosure, I'm not saying we should try them because I think they'll be good. I think they'll be unique. How do you get the flavor of lava cake in a Hershey Kiss? Because part of the lava cake is you have hot molten chocolate.
The molten center.
Right.
Well, it's probably got a liquid chocolate, or like a
That's what I'm wondering. My source
like
here...
a chocolate mousse or frosting
is it just,
center.
I don't know.
I mean, is it just runny chocolate, like chocolate syrup in there? You know what? Lava cake is hit or miss on even whether or not it lavas. Right? Some of it's just like a spongy cake. And
Right, they have to make it correctly.
I don't know.
Danny's not impressed.
I
Well,
know,
I mean,
but
he took it out of his shopping cart.
I took it out of my
obviously,
shopping cart also because I was looking to get like a collection of new flavors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
And
hard
they
to find
have-
new things.
They had like a couple other Valentine's ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said to myself, you know what? On this podcast, we're pretty much on top of the good flavors. And
If it's
we
just
could-
we're
we
making the same Reese's but in a different shape now.
They're even making
right.
heart-shaped cheese for Valentine's
What?
Day.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I was like, you know what? We weren't impressed enough with Hershey's Christmas flavors. And they had
That
a
is
lot
true.
of Christmas
Mhm.
flavors. What would it say if we did their Valentine's flavors? We hardly even talked about, like, Hershey's cap, like that big controversy there with the tops of the Hershey Kisses.
Mm-hmm.
over
Oh, yeah, right.
Christmas
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, the
How they were
broken.
disappearing.
Yep.
Yeah.
the broken tops and all that. And I was like, maybe.
We'll see.
If you want, I mean, I'll eat them. But I was like, of all of the things that we have.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, as Amy kind of said, that we'll get to here a little later, is Oreos are just taking over the market this month. And
Right.
I'm kind of curious to see how many weeks can we keep bringing out a new Oreo product, because it seems like we're going to have them for a few more weeks at least.
For sure, because we still haven't done the most stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Oreo Cadbury egg.
Mm-hmm. And by then, there might even be more.
Right, and
So we'll make it to Valentine's
I know.
Day.
Morios.
Morios, exactly.
yeah, if we wanted to, I think there's a bunch of new Oreo candy bars. I mean, we all know Oreo is a Horeo. So as much as we want to talk about Oreo products,
but a lot of these are pure, straight-up Oreos.
True.
It's not the name in something or flavored like something.
Right, but we're not in the Oreo segment.
No, we're not.
yet.
We're
We're
not.
not
Because
yet.
Danny had a grievance /
News.
Yeah. So here we are. It's pretty much the end of January.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what we haven't talked about yet?
What's that?
The Blizzard of the Month.
I feel
Yeah.
like we did, but we kind of said...
No, we didn't talk about the
we didn't
January.
talk about it on the podcast.
No,
We didn't at
maybe
all.
we personally.
We talked about it in December, and it was meh. And you know what the January Blizzard of the Month is?
Well, there isn't one.
There is one.
I mean,
My
there's
Dairy
not
Queen
officially.
says it's different than what you said it is.
It's the Reese's Outrageous.
Right.
My Dairy Queen says it's the Candy Cane Chill.
That was December.
I know, but
Right.
that's actually the sign that they still have up for January Blizzard of the
That's
Month.
how, because Outrageous has already been Blizzard of the Month. It's just another spot off of the winter menu.
I don't know if it was Blizzard of the Month. It was featured as Blizzard? A new one, but I feel like when it came out, there was another Blizzard of the Month. But bottom line, this is not a new Blizzard. It's something that's been on the menu for a while at this point.
I mean, if you remember, there was the night... No, it was Blizzard of the Month. Because when it debuted...
Because we got that sneak preview.
Mm-hmm. You and I, in the cover of darkness, days before the month was to begin, we saw that sign. We went to my Dairy Queen. We journeyed
many a day to find that.
We did, and we had it first.
We did. No, that was great.
And I love that. And that's the thing, is that when one of the world's great blizzards is the Blizzard of the Month, and the Food Scientist podcast doesn't talk about it, it's just like, whatever.
I mean, it's not to me, that's not newsworthy. You just recycled something that's on your regular menu. And I expected that, to be honest. I expected it.
And not all of the Dairy Queens are saying it's the Blizzard of the Month anyway.
I mean, Candy Cane Chill, though, that was last month. That's nothing new.
Yeah,
that's nothing
obviously
special.
holiday.
But the thing is it's not like, it's Mint Oreo because it's March, it's green, okay. Right. That's its turn. It's its rightful place in the lineup. This is kind of a BS Blizzard of the Month.
Well, we're kind of into the dead zone of blizzards right now because January is usually nothing spectacular, and then you have February, you have some little piece of crab fruit flavored
something. They don't have something with popping candy or something for January to be like fireworks.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that last year?
No, they did it in July.
Oh, yeah, for the 4th of July.
4th of July.
But yeah, like you said, March is usually something mint.
You know what I wonder if it has something to do with?
For green.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it has to do with the fact that, Dairy Queen's world headquarters is up here in Minnesota. That's why I call it local food. Nobody goes to Dairy Queen in January.
I mean, we do.
But not really. A lot of them are closed.
And the one in the Skyway is very popular.
Well, it's the only one in the Skyway.
Yeah, it's the one for all of downtown.
I mean, I kind of...
Ice cream in January in Minnesota is a tough sell.
The reason why I wasn't surprised is because they have been doing seasonal menus. And when those seasonal menus come out, it's like, wow, look at all these new blizzards. But then you kind of have a spell where you don't get a lot of new stuff. So it's disappointing. I expected it. But at the same time, when all of those new blizzards came out a few months ago, that was, in my mind, that's tided me over until we get past this little hump.
We get this big burst of excitement and then 4 months of blah versus I kind of like the monthly tickle of here's something new and cool.
I agree.
So,
monthly trickle.
My hope is that next month a new menu will come out so that we're not stuck with 2 months of, in my opinion, mediocre blizzards.
Because I think we were due for a new menu in January.
Yeah, recently they've been doing it every 3-4 months. So let's hope. Come on, Dairy Queen, if you're listening, which you should be. We give you a lot for us. Come on.
We talk about you a lot.
We love you so much.
If we don't talk about you, it's because you haven't been doing anything interesting. All you have to do is say, hey, Food Scientist, and we're like, hey, Dairy Queen.
Yeah, you can booty call us. We're fine with that. We're not going to get mad.
Late night.
But shall we go on to some happier news?
Hold on. I have one more thing.
Okay.
Late night, if you want to be like, hey, I want to see my new blizzard. We're going to be like, yes. Okay, now you can go on.
I think that's what Amy was trying to avoid.
Yeah. Oreo Thin Bites. There's some new ones.
Okay.
Oreo Thin Bites.
And some that are new in quotes. Some are new in quotes.
We have 4 packs of Oreo Thins Bites. Good grammar there, Oreos. They're Thins Bites.
Fudge dipped.
Yeah, all 4 are labeled new. These are not all new.
No, they're not.
They're not even
We talked about some of these a long time ago.
Well, what we have today is the regular.
Yep, fudge covered.
Yep.
Thins, bites.
Mint. White fudge coated. And then coconut filled with just the regular fudge.
Mm-hmm. And just to know, all these are coated. They're not the regular.
Yes, we have only
Thins Bites.
There are other Thins Bites. Mm-hmm. And I forget the flavor, but later this year, there's another Thins Bites flavor coming out. It won't be coated. Also coming out soon, Chips Ahoy Thins Bites.
I think that's out
fudge
already.
Dipped.
Mm-hmm. It is 2019. It seems to be the year of the Oreo. There are so many new Oreos just constantly coming out, as I already said. But all of them are labeled new. But for me, a Thins Bites is kind of a waste of time because you have an Oreo that you have shrunk and made thinner. What is the point?
To put chocolate on the outside.
Exactly. When you do that, it's a whole new ball of wax here that I will gladly put in my mouth and eat.
Yeah, like
you're gonna put a ball of wax in your mouth and eat it?
If it's fudge covered, yep.
Yeah, the fudge dip. Don't. Yeah, I found not worth wasting your time on the non-fudge dipped thin bites.
If I remember correctly, those were all broken and they easily just break apart and. They would only serve for putting in a bowl, a cereal bowl, and pouring milk in it.
Yeah.
That'd be the only purpose.
Which is fine. I mean,
some people
the minis work better.
Yeah. Do you think these would be taste better frozen?
I don't know if it would change much, actually.
Would you microwave
the fudge
these?
covering, that would get too messy with the fudge covering.
I don't think these can last long enough to get frozen.
No.
Sugar salad ingredient?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, what was your favorite?
All of them.
No, I'm going to disagree with that.
I have a favorite.
This proved one thing to me. White chocolate does not have a place with Oreos.
I was...
or white fudge, or whatever you want to call it.
Surprised, too, that I did not like the white fudge dipped Oreos as much.
I think I'm still riding the euphoric train from a few weeks ago when we had the white chocolate Reese's that were so good that I went back. I was like, okay, these might be all right. Nope, it's still just fake chocolate, not even close to being chocolate, covering an Oreo.
The white chocolate was my least favorite. The regular one, I think, was actually my favorite. But the coconut and the mint's good, too. It's not like they're bad.
I love all things coconut, so that would be the actual best for me. I would agree with you that the white chocolate is at the bottom, but I could still plow through the whole bag.
Oh, yeah, if it was in front of me, I'd eat it.
To me, that's they're the least best.
I would munch on them throughout the day if they were in front of me, but I would not chow down on them by any means. I made a big mistake. I ate the coconut ones before eating the regular ones, and that was such a letdown. That wasn't fair to do to the regular fudge-covered ones, because after having the coconut, it's like, this is lacking everything right here.
Yeah, the coconut ones are amazing.
That's where it's at right there. Now, if you don't like coconut, obviously you're not going to like these, but
you don't have a soul and you probably don't like anything.
But yeah, I'm with Danny on the coconut.
Do we want to game them, the non-regular ones? We don't have to. We have something else we can game later.
Yeah, we'll do that a little bit later here. But these, because
they're all good.
Yeah, they're all good.
Don't get on us when our social media says we tried the new ones, and then you're going to say they're not all new.
The packaging says new, which is why we're talking about.
That's why it's sometimes in quotes. In my
so wait, which ones are the actual brand new ones? The white fudge,
the white fudge,
and the mint. No, the mint has been out. Yeah, okay.
The white
fudge. Coconut's been out too.
The coconut has been out. Yeah,
the white fudge is the only one that's actually new.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the answer to a question nobody was asking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all right. So moving on, we have these interesting dessert toppings that Danny found.
No, these came from a listener. A listener gave them to me.
Which listener?
Listener Renee.
Good listener. Renee found them. They are, I'm in the Midwest. I call it pop, but maybe you call it soda. Soda pop flavored dessert toppings. We have A&W.
Syrups, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Like dessert syrup.
A&W root beer, Dr. Pepper cherry, and Orange Crush. And we tried them plain, and we tried them on ice cream.
See, I don't think I realized that it was a cherry Dr. Pepper. That makes a little more sense with what it tasted like.
You mean cough medicine?
Exactly.
No. On their own, I did not particularly enjoy the flavor of any of them.
because we tried these all just spoonful, or some of us just squirted it.
I didn't realize I had a spoon in front of me.
I was actually kind of looking forward to the Dr. Pepper cherry because I normally love Dr. Pepper, but on its own...
No, it tasted like a Hall's product.
And the orange one tasted horrible on its own.
It did. That's what I was expecting, though. I was expecting that to taste...
Now, with the ice cream, though, the orange one almost tasted like creamsicle. It got good.
Orange and vanilla is a creamsicle.
Well, I was expecting the A&W to be like a root beer float, right?
When you added it to the ice cream?
Yeah.
It did.
A little bit, but it's not as much.
Yeah, so on its own, the root beer to me tasted like I'll say a melted root beer barrel.
Maybe. It just was not that great.
It had the flavor, but yeah, I definitely would not do the whipped cream treatment and just eat it on its own.
Or the frosting treatment.
Yeah, or the frosting treatment from last week. But on the ice cream, all of these were actually improved.
I think the orange was improved the most. I would eat this on ice cream.
I would say the orange was improved the most, but was not
The best?
Yeah.
It had the most distance to gain.
That's true.
It did. It really did. Well, no, the Dr. Pepper cherry.
So I'll read you what it says on the back of these.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
On the back of the A&W Root Beer Float Dessert Topper, rich and creamy. Drizzle the rich and creamy taste of A&W root beer on your desserts to give them that deliciously classic flavor you love. I don't know that it did that.
No, and I mean they say this is dessert
I don't know
topping.
that it's creamy. It's syrupy.
No, it's very thick
it's
syrup.
thicker than like normal. Well, it might be more like the consistency of caramel syrup for ice cream.
Yeah,
the
wouldn't say
cold
it's the same.
made it kind of congeal.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely need to cut it with something. It's not meant to be had on its own.
No.
Cutting it with ice cream helped.
I can't think of any other desserts that I would necessarily want to put this on.
How does this sound? Amazingly smooth. Indulge your sweet side with the amazingly smooth taste of Dr. Pepper Cherry, drizzled on your favorite desserts for a one-of-a-kind experience.
Well, smooth is fair because it is a smooth thing, and some people might think that there's a carbonation factor involved because it's soda, but no, there's none of that.
And it is one-of-a-kind because you really don't want to do this to anything else.
No.
There's a reason it's one-of-a-kind. People copy the stuff that works. Do you know what Orange Crush says?
Yeah, let's hear it.
A burst of orange!
Mm-hmm.
Orange Crush and vanilla cream is a delight that is sure to please. Swirl it on your desserts for a taste you will love. What's interesting about this to me is none of them actually name what desserts you should put it on.
Well, I mean,
the orange one at least tells you it's vanilla.
No, it's saying this is orange and vanilla cream flavored.
Oh.
And it's not saying mix it with it. It's claiming the vanilla's in here.
I didn't get that.
I didn't get that either.
I mean, I suppose any like hot fudge or anything like that, it doesn't say put this only on ice cream.
But I was wondering, I thought vanilla was the way to go with all of these flavors, and it's a good base for any sundae that you might want to try. But would these go with other flavors of ice cream? I'm making a face
other
thinking
desserts, like would you put it on a cake?
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever put
brownie?
any sort of syrup on a cake, or like maybe a brownie sundae, but that's different.
Or like if you made a Belgian waffle.
Yeah, I can't see
ice
that
cream on it.
Well, that's what I was thinking, a hot waffle with the ice cream. And
yeah, I mean, because Amy, you were talking about maybe putting this on a frozen
waffle just to try it with something different.
I don't think that would be very good.
No, because you put like maple syrup and other syrup, strawberry syrup, what have you.
You can put chocolate
waffles.
syrup on a waffle and it comes out just fine.
I mean, it would have to be, if you're putting it on a different flavor ice cream, it would have to be just one flavor, something that doesn't have a lot of ingredients. I was thinking maybe, would strawberry work with any of them? I don't think so.
I don't know. When I was thinking chocolate, would that work? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because even though chocolate and orange go together, I don't think that would work.
Let's flip this around.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla ice cream and root beer.
That works.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla ice cream and orange crush.
I've never had it, but
really?
It works.
Yeah. I've had that.
I have
ice
never
cream
had that.
and
That
Verner's.
works. Yeah. But now vanilla ice cream and cherry Dr. Pepper?
I've never had that, but I feel like there are places that have had Dr. Pepper floats. I've seen that as a thing.
I've seen orange floats and obviously root beer floats.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that you're better off sticking to that than trying to invert it.
I would agree with that. I mean, this was a unique idea, but I just don't see this sticking around.
What I think is interesting is on the A&W one, they show a picture of a root beer float. But on the Dr. Pepper and the Crush, they don't. It's like a picture of an orange and a picture of cherries.
So
the flavor says root beer float.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the orange one says it's orange and vanilla flavor. The A&W one says it's root beer float flavor. It's not root beer flavored, it's root beer float flavor.
But the orange one just shows a picture of an orange.
But the wording says orange.
I know, but if it's you're saying the A&W one matches the wording, but the orange one does not. That's all.
I'm not the designer of the label.
So I think, to be fair, let's FMK these based on pairing it with the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Is anyone prepared to go? Do you already have your answers?
I went first last time.
I'll go first.
All right. You're like me last week with those horrible chips.
But you ended up liking them.
I know.
You actually said a lot of nice things about them.
I did say nice things.
You're like, she's a nice lady.
Don't read too much into it.
You married her and you like and you took that seriously. Orange Crush is one of my first loves. So is root beer. I have many fond memories sitting out in the summer, drinking an Orange Crush or drinking a root beer. And the Orange Crush is specifically Orange Crush. The root beer is mostly root beers that aren't A&W. They're like little craft root beers or fancier root beers, like in glass bottles. Because the Orange Crush glass bottle, like you want to see me in a happy place, bring me out in the summer, give me a glass bottle of Orange Crush. I was like, yeah, life can be pretty good. And so I'm gonna marry the Orange Crush. A&W's not always my favorite root beer, but it works, and you actually go to an A&W and get the frosty mug, like the real A&W root beer. If this was straight up old school A&W, I would probably marry it, but it's root beer float.
All right.
Like based on that, like they brought back some of those flavors, so I'll frolic with the A&W. It's not quite like I remember it.
But that's why you're not marrying it.
It's kind of like in glory days,
Yeah, you keep going back just to make sure.
Like there's sometimes after the kids go to bed, you just go and, glory days, the songs.
Mm-hmm.
That's A&W. You talk about the old times and things happen, and so we frolic. And I got nothing with Dr. Pepper, the cherry Dr. Pepper, so bye, you're dead.
Brian?
Okay, well, I am going to marry one of my great loves, which is the root beer. So even though it's a root beer float, and they did put a little spin, I have to go with that one because I don't drink a lot of soda. I did growing up. But as an adult, that's one of the things I just don't do a lot. But I can be tempted by A&W root beer. Well, any root beer, really. So even though this is definitely, I'm not fooled into thinking that this is root beer. You can tell that this is a syrup. It's fake. It's something's not right there. I'm willing to look past that.
But you're with me, right? Like it brings back enough.
Yeah, I know what they're going for. Like I said before, on its own, it kind of tastes like the candy, the root beer barrel. So there are different points of entry here and forming a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to marry the A&W. I am going to frolic with the one that I didn't really enjoy, but she's just trying so hard. I'm going to frolic with the Dr. Pepper Cherry.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a great experience, but I mean, you put that extra little cherry in there, and I can tell that you're trying to make something happen there. I appreciate
put on a little extra layer of makeup and
yeah. So on its own, no, but we're gonna have to bring your friend Vanilla Ice Cream along for the ride.
Oh
yeah. It's a little vanilla fun. And then that means I'm going to kill the crush. Sorry, Danny, that has never been a soda that I can really say that I've loved.
What about Grape Crush?
Yes.
What about the REM song, Orange Crush?
I like that song,
I like
yeah.
that song too.
Yeah, Strawberry Crush, fine, but the orange...
Oh, really? Strawberry?
Yeah. But yeah, Orange Crush, I don't know, there's just something about that, and a lot of orange flavored things.
Play Crush FMK with Strawberry Orange and Grape.
Well, maybe some other week you can do that. But yeah, the Orange Crush, just with vanilla ice cream, better than I thought. But thank you next.
Host Amy?
Yes, I shouldn't say I was surprised, but one of my favorite pops used to be, and still kind of is, Dr. Pepper, but the cherry variety is not always my favorite because it's more sweet. I don't know. It's something about it. More cough syrupy. So I am killing the Dr. Pepper cherry.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, as you're going to see, I'm matching Danny here.
That tells you something, Danny.
I'm going to frolic with the A&W.
Sit around and talk about the old times.
Yeah. Have a little
What's tempting?
frothy fun.
Yeah. What's tempting you? About
Sometimes
that
she
A&W?
feels like
What's calling
crying,
you?
and she starts laughing.
There used to be an A&W where I grew up.
Mm-hmm. The restaurant. Mm-hmm.
We have they have burgers there and the root beer floats.
That's what they have it in the A&W.
Yeah. Not everybody knows that, Danny.
One time
you gotta understand.
chicken and I got chicken.
We're old,
Yeah.
Danny. We're old. There are people that don't know A&W had burgers.
Really? I know someone whose family owns an A&W.
Well, that's good for you.
We should
Trust me.
We should take a family. We need to take a road trip up there.
Despite Brian saying he's the baby, we're old, and people don't.
You
know
really
that.
are, but that's fine. I can hang with you.
There's an A&W in the Mall of America food court. Come on.
And I'm marrying the Orange Crush, and I'm very surprised, but I love the way it blended with the vanilla ice cream, and it tasted so good. So good.
And Amy, you would say that one showed the most improvement.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole different ballpark if we went with just the
on its own,
syrup on its own.
If it were on its own, I would definitely flip-flop on the Orange Crush and the Dr. Pepper. Because on its own, that Dr. Pepper cherry,
no.
Kill-worthy.
Oh, yeah. Instant death.
So we'll move on now to chips from the Philippines.
Yeah, these were unique.
They're Jack and Jill?
Well, the brand is...
We're not sure.
The manufacturer is Jack and Jill, but the line is Piattos. So it would be like Lay's makes Ruffles.
Yeah. And we have nacho pizza flavored
But
chips.
it is my pizza. I've been waiting like 40 minutes to make that joke.
And with Roadhouse Barbecue, we're expecting Patrick Swayze.
And Tom Cruise. Was Tom Cruise in that too?
No.
Patrick Swayze.
So these are Piattos. Now, if you really want to try these, you can find them.
Mm-hmm.
Octagons?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Six-sided.
Hexagons.
Yes, hexagons.
You can find these on Amazon if you really want to, but try and find them in a store if you want to, because they're going to be cheaper. This is a case we're buying on
Check
Amazon.
your international market.
Yeah, I found these in the Twin Cities at one of our local international markets.
Sun Foods if you're in the area. Yeah. Let's talk about the Roadhouse Barbecue
They smell interesting in the truest Minnesota sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's what the Roadhouse Barbecue says in the back. Just when you thought the delectable taste of Piattos couldn't get any better, it had to come out with the zesty flavor of Roadhouse Barbecue. Light and crunchy Piattos packs in the extraordinary flavors of the perfectly blended Roadhouse Barbecue sauce with your beef. This tangy flavor combination will surprise your taste buds with a whirlwind of sensations. Starts out sweet and goes down spicy. You'll simply enjoy the truly flavorful experience. Enjoy it on its own or dunk the chip and dip. Fabulous.
I don't agree with its assessment of sweet and spicy, but I did enjoy them more than I thought I would.
This is technically a meat chip, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm formulating international opinions on barbecue, and I have to find out what barbecue means in other parts of the world, because obviously when we think of Kansas City barbecue, it's not the same
Well, even
thing.
within the U.S., barbecue is different.
Right. But
is it a cooking method? Is it the sauce? Is it smoking?
I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row now where we have had a barbecue flavored thing that really doesn't, it's like a very faint barbecue taste for what I consider to be barbecue.
I think it's about what was cooked on a grill or a barbecue.
Yeah, well, this one is definitely a barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like almost like a Chinese, it's a Southeast Asian barbecue.
I mean, this is more. What was it that we had last? Was it the Lay's?
It was the Lay's,
the
Thai
Thailand.
extra barbecue.
Yeah, from Thailand. Yeah, that was a super faint.
That was more
barbecue
kebabi on a barbecue grill.
Yeah, this is more of like, I would think like the Chinese red barbecue.
Yeah. Yep. There's more of a flavor, but still, I think if I had an American barbecue flavor chip, like the rib chips or something, when there were barbecue flavors with it, like that was much more flavorful than these. So if you want a faint barbecue flavor for what you, as an American, might think barbecue is,
if you like a Chinese barbecue, like the Chinese barbecue beef, I mean, which you don't usually see like the Chinese barbecue pork, like that. Like I said, it's that red.
And you do
barbecue.
get the beef flavor out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little beef.
It's not just a barbecue flavor. You get the beef in there, too.
I really want to talk about these other
The
ones.
nacho pizza.
Nacho pizza. First of all,
The aroma is not good.
The smell. I did not like the smell.
But I recognize the smell. The smell is like a frozen pizza. Like it was totally like roller rink, ice rink frozen pizza, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, when you would walk into the roller rink, you know, that place that has the snack bar that has nachos and pizza and like those kinds of things. It smells like that. Frozen pizza.
This is what it smelled like to me, and this is what it tasted like, and I cannot, for the life of me, I'm going to say back in the 90s.
Oh, I know what it tastes like to me.
Before I was born. There was I don't know if it was a chip or a cracker, but it was round, and it was pizza flavored. I tried Googling it. I cannot find it because I can only find results for pizza. But there was a snack that tasted like pizza, but these tasted almost exactly like. And it was good.
These taste like Totino's pizza rolls.
Yeah, like combos, but this was a brand that's no longer made.
Yeah.
It's long gone. But
it reminds me of Totino's pizza rolls.
A little bit.
It reminded me a little bit of Totino's pizza.
Oh, the party pizza?
The party pizza. But like the
pepperoni
one,
pizza?
Like the nacho one, right? So let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do like the fusion of that. I think last week we settled on our feelings on taco salad.
Mm-hmm.
But like nacho pizza, that's a crazy concept too.
Mm-hmm.
But this has like all
it's not even taco pizza. It's nacho pizza.
But this has all like...
It is my pizza though.
Like when you...
nacho pizza.
I already made that joke. I know,
that's why I did it. It's Amy's turn next to make the joke.
Okay.
Look alive, Zajac. Get ready.
Get ready. You look for that moment when I think of my pizza.
It's nacho pizza.
There we go. Whew. I set that up.
She did it.
Like when I think of like cheap ass nachos. Edit that. When I think of cheap nachos.
Like cheap ass nachos.
When I think of cheap nachos with like the canned...
They're michos.
No.
Too far, Amy.
What do you think of cheap nachos, Danny? What do you think
nachos with like the canned cheese and the pickled jalapenos and like the worst black olive, you know, like
yum.
Like just
no.
Like amusement park or sporting event.
Yeah.
Not like the chips are still in the bag.
Like I'm eating these chips and I like them right now, but I'm kind of gagging just thinking about that.
Right. It's like that. Plus, like, the worst of frozen pizza, like Totino's pizza. And this somehow melds all of that together into a potato chip that, I will say this, I like this chip despite itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I can keep snacking on these.
This reminds me of all of the worst things I've ever eaten, but at least it's a potato chip.
I mean, I have a side note here.
Nacho side note.
Oh, it is my side note.
Is it about nachos?
No, it's about pizza.
Okay, otherwise it would be nacho side note.
So, I am at a point in life where I can afford a better class of pizza. That's really all I've ever wanted.
A better class of pizza?
I agree with you.
But I can still really enjoy a Totino's party pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like that's something where, like, I know it's cheap, I know I can do better, but I don't want to.
And this brings you to that, right?
It does. It kind of does.
Like, this is that.
I really can enjoy
now,
those.
that's, I think, why I like this, is, like, this brings me to a place where I can enjoy that really crappy pizza, but I can say I'm exotic because I'm having Filipino potato chips.
True. But did you know they changed the Totino's party pizzas? That I don't know when they did this because I recently bought one. They are now like smaller rectangles. I'm sure they shrunk them a bit just so they can charge the same. But they're so much easier just to pick up and eat because they're rectangles.
Do you want to hear a horrifying Totino's pizza story?
I am sure I will not be horrified by our listeners. But yes.
So, my father is a teacher in the South Bronx for many, many years. He's a resource room teacher and in an elementary school. And one of the things he would do is if the kids were good periodically, he would throw what he called a pizza party.
Oh, yeah.
But really, he just had a toaster oven in his classroom.
No, he didn't.
And he would bring in a Totino's party pizza, right? Now, that's not the horrifying part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you already look horrified.
Yeah, a little. Well, I mean, that.
I don't know why that's horrifying.
If
What's
you're
wrong with
expecting that as a pizza party, fine.
It's
but
called a party pizza.
It is.
Right, so now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets weird. He takes it out one day, serves it. Remember, elementary school, K to 6 building. One of the kids looks at him and goes, "Where's the beers?"
Wow.
Okay then.
That's the horrifying part.
And then he pulled them out, and
No.
then it was a party.
And then you party with the beer.
He was like, "Oh boy!" And I think this might need to be the end of the Totino part.
Now going back to the chips. Speaking of nachos, I'm going to go on the nacho part of this versus the pizza part of this.
This is not your decision to make.
It is my decision. Would you dunk these chips in that cheap, I'm not going to say the word nacho dip?
You can say nacho.
Yeah.
Okay.
The orange
No.
nacho
The only
cheese?
one
Absolutely not.
No, this doesn't need
not?
that.
It doesn't need it.
Because I don't like that.
Cheese makes everything taste better.
That is not show cheese. It's not cheese.
I would dunk it in cheese
Here's
sauce.
the interesting question.
I wouldn't need to, but I would.
If we lived in California, would we dip these in ranch?
We live in Minnesota. I'm surprised that you didn't.
It's the heart of the ranch dip country here.
Right, but they dip pizza in ranch there. We dip we dip
everything else
we
in
dip
ranch here.
We dip chips in ranch here. Does we?
You know I wouldn't dip anything.
I think it'd be better with the cheese dip than with ranch.
I don't know. Regardless, these are like the weirdest pleasant surprise.
Okay.
Uh-oh. He's glowing.
Which of the soda syrups would you put on these?
None.
Nope, you have to answer.
None.
Root beer.
What did that chip ever do
chips.
to me?
I would put the root beer. Yeah, I'd put the root beer.
said
on
root
the pizza.
beer.
Yeah. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know how I made that decision so fast, though.
Because root beer is what you would drink with a pizza. If you're going to have one of those beverages. Brian's about to do it.
Yeah, decide, Danny. While you're thinking.
No,
Oh my God.
I have to do this too?
Yep.
I don't know why
Yes,
they're doing
you do.
this.
Oh God, just don't put a lot on my chip. I have a small chip, Brian. Just be gentle.
Okay. The angle's off a little bit.
That's plenty. That's plenty.
Oh, no.
Stop.
Okay.
Come on.
Wait.
There's that's more than I had when I had just the sauce.
I'm sorry, I slipped.
No, you didn't.
All
Okay,
right.
go for it,
All right, do
guys.
that. That's not bad. Not good, but it's not bad.
It was good until I tasted the root beer syrup.
The taste coincided together. They didn't blend at all. They didn't.
No. I put it on my mouth. I put the chip down in my mouth, so I had the good chip, and then the chewing broke through.
It's like
you're overwhelmed.
It's like oil and water were both in my mouth. They didn't mix.
No.
I did not partake. I will not partake.
Said host Amy.
Yes.
Nacho
challenge.
Not my challenge. My cho challenge. I don't know.
Oh dear. We've had a lot of sugar, folks. Sorry.
And a little bit of nachos. Oh, you should try the barbecue. What syrup would you put with the
Don't we
barbecue?
have to go?
I
Is
would
the podcast
try-
over? Thanks for listening, everybody.
No, you know what? I think
Find
I might...
us on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube.
Because
Wait, Brian is putting Dr. Pepper on the barbecue chip.
Because the
402.
Dr. Pepper was really improved. It went from cough syrup
Dr.
to
Pepper
actually
is good in
something.
barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
402 Yum Food. Call us, leave us a message.
Daddy trying to be a host.
Find us on Instagram.
I'm in charge of the software
I'm trying to make
here.
it to end.
It's not ending to you guys
can
either.
try and make it end all you want, but Amy has the button that ends it.
Foodscientists.net.
All right, Danny, here we
Eat
go.
your chip.
Dr. Pepper cherry syrup on a barbecue sauce or barbecue chip. Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that to either of us.
And now we're done.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye-bye.